for this wonderful Mother's Day 2021. And we have with us tonight a first for Vintage and the Follies, a troupe by the name of the Senior Class from Topeka Civic Theater. If you saw the ad that I made with the film, I said center. So it's not, it's the theater. This is Marvin Stottlemyre, and he's going to tell you more about them. And welcome them, and I'll see you on the other side.
Thank you, Mickey, and thank you, everybody, and welcome, everybody. It is now 8:15 Central Time. Well, no, it's not. It's 8:25, but we have had technical difficulties. I am absolutely amazed at how much we can do with our computers and streaming, but with that kind of stuff comes little technical problems, and we had some, but we're here now and we are ready to rock for you. Well, we have been doing theater in Topeka, the Senior Class, for about 25 years. And when I started the company 25 years ago, I thought we were the only people in captivity, seniors, doing improv. We may have been then, but now look, there's Vintage 50 and all this neat stuff that we are so happy to be a part of. So without further ado, I want to get into our first audience participation game. And to play that game, we are going to bring up Mike and Ralph. Welcome to the screen, Mike and Ralph. I'm going to get out of here in just a minute, but this game is going to be called Foreign Film. And the way it's going to work is that Mike and Ralph are going to perform a foreign film in a foreign language. And Jim and I are going to translate for them. I am going to translate for Ralph, and Jim is going to translate for his brother, Mike. So the first thing we need from you, our beloved audience, is what language is this film in? Don't everybody type at once. Yes, it's Iceland. All right, this is an Icelandic film. And what is the name of the, oh, we already got Iceland, we're taking that. What is the name of this Icelandic film? It takes, we got a little lag here, guys, but you're doing great. Always Sunny in Iceland. All right, this is a scene from the film Always Sunny in Iceland, in which a tour guide is trying to explain to a person on a tour why it is cloudy at this moment when it's supposed to be always sunny in Iceland.
Where's the freaking sun you promised?
Well,
there was sun here earlier today, but then this cloud just came over, but it's temporary.
I've been up since 3 p.m. and I have not seen the sun yet.
All right, just sit down and lick this lollipop, and I promise you the sun will be out any minute.
This herring-flavored lollipop does not make up for the sun. Or maybe it does.
Okay, I just keep turning the page and turning the page. Tell your dog to go away. He wasn't supposed to be here anyway. And the sun will come out or a volcano will erupt. But at any rate, something exciting is going to happen momentarily.
The volcano or something exciting? Like, are you asking me out?
Oh, I'd love to take you out, but I hate to tell you I'm a married man and I'm straight.
I'll settle for the volcano. It's just erupting in my heart.
Look,
Look, the sun, it came out. Yes, it's the sun.
Oh boy, I see the sun. I see the sun. But it's my bedtime.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Okay, well, you go to bed and we're just going to go ahead and continue our tour with the rest of the group.
I'll be here. Come wake me up later.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you, big hand for Mike, I think that was, and Ralph. Thank you guys, good job. All right, the next game that we're going to play is a game that maybe we may have invented, although it's probably been invented elsewhere. I'm going to invite the entire company to the stage now, and we're going to play a game that we call Alphabet Story. It's a variation on a game that a lot of companies play, and we think we may do it just a little bit differently, but it doesn't really matter who invented it or what. We're going to do it for you, and you're going to love it. So here's the way it works. We're going to tell you a story, one sentence at a time. The first thing we need from you is, what is the name of the story that we are about to tell you? Oh, we got more applause. Yay. Thank you for the applause. People are applauding you guys. This is weird. This never happens to us.
Chris's big day.
Oh, it's Chris's Big Day, or An American Abroad, or Tomorrow's Promise. Oh, we got all kinds of stories. Let's try Chris's Big Day. That was the first one I saw. Okay, so here's the way. We have numbers by our names. I don't think you can see them, but we're going to go in a specific order based on the numbers that we have. What letter of the alphabet will this story, Chris's Big Day, start with? E. It's going to start with E. All right. So Chris's Big Day starts with the letter E. So Ralph is going to start it with the letter E. We're going to continue that story until we get back to the letter E. If someone pauses too long or says the wrong letter of the alphabet, our lovely stage manager has a delightful sound that she will sound, and that person will unfortunately have to leave the stage. Tanya, if you please. Thank you so much. All right, here we go. Chris's Big Day, starting with the letter E.
Every morning, Chris got out of bed and decided he'd have to find out what he was going to do today.
Fortunately, today was Sunday, so he did not have a lot on his schedule.
Goodness, goodness, goodness. I don't have a lot on my schedule. What'll I do? What'll I do?
How can I possibly plan for an entire day?
In the event of emergency, I have a bag I can pull my job I'm going to do today.
Just in case I forget it.
Oh, Larry froze. Let's just keep going with me. I'm going to take Larry's letter. Just in case I have nothing better to do, I think I will go to the park.
Ralph.
Go, John.
Oh, okay. We skipped Ralph. Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
sorry, keep going.
Klein, the fellow that lived next to the park, yelled at me as I walked by.
Lazy bum, get up and do something. It's a wonderful day.
It's May is the month. It's a beautiful day in May, and the flowers are blooming.
9th of May, the flowers should be blooming.
Obviously, they're not blooming, so perhaps I should water them.
Please, could someone turn on the hydrant so I can water these flowers?
Questions. My mind is filled with questions.
Rarely did he get this opportunity. So Chris watered the flowers and they started to grow.
Spring is here. Spring is here. Yay.
Terrific time to be watering flowers, but surely there's more in life more to life than watering flowers.
Unless, of course, That's all your life is.
You missed T.
I said T.
Oh, I'm
Terrific.
sorry.
Tanya,
Sorry.
that's all right. Keep going, guys.
Sorry.
Verily, here comes little Miss.
Wait.
Wait.
Thank you. You missed
Wait
you.
was her name.
John did you.
Apparently, Miss Waite. And Miss Waite was excited the flowers were finally blooming.
Well, I'm lost now. Bye.
Yeah. Were you on X?
Oh, you guys, we get a chance to appear before a national audience and we prove we don't know the alphabet. Starting right off with V, which is where I thought we were, we're going to say, very certainly, we will find something exciting to do today, said Chris.
Well, he thought, I wish those other guys were still here.
Sounds. I misspelled sounds, but it sounds like an X.
All right, it's down to you and me, Larry. Let's make this start, John. Let's make this story go.
All right. I think you're on Y.
Yankee Doodle went to town and Chris went with him.
Zoologists were not in town that day because they were away at a convention.
All right, then, said Chris. I'm going to go see what the zoologists were doing.
Back off, Chris, said the policeman standing on the corner.
Could I just go see what the zoologists are about, said Chris.
Don't you listen, said the policeman. Back off.
Everybody makes a mistake sometimes, said Chris, and that senior class just really screwed up that game.
Frankly, I'm willing to add an extra letter just because I'm so glad this is over.
All right. All right. Let's have a big applause for people who can screw up and not care. That was fun, you guys. And I think, this is really weird. Tanya's been with us for like the whole 25 years of our company. I think that's the first time I've ever even thought that she might have been the person who was wrong. So anyhow, wonderful.
Wow.
Time.
Now,
All right, good.
Have they haven't changed the alphabet since I learned it, have they?
Oh,
No,
But
I do not know, you guys, but onward we go. Next on our program, it says we're going to play a limited vocabulary, and John, Larry, and Jim are going to play limited vocabulary. Larry, I hope you've got yourself where you don't freeze anymore. You get your broadband fixed there for us. Okay, so what's going to happen is that Larry can say anything he wants to. John can have one phrase and one question, and Jim can have one phrase and one question. So first of all, for John, what is one phrase that he could say? And Tanya admits that she was wrong. Yay! One phrase that Jim can say. That man really died. Jim, that's your one phrase. And okay. one phrase for John. Oh, and a question for John. For Jim is, are you sure? That man really died, Jim. And are you sure for your question? Now, a question and a phrase for John.
it is only Wednesday.
Only Wednesday? I think that's your question. We need a phrase. My dog went to the market with me. All right, you got that? Now, one other thing from our delightful audience, and that is, where does this scene take place? We're dealing with a little lag here, but everybody's being so patient while we wait to see where the scene takes place. It's outside a movie theater. So away you go, gentlemen, outside a movie theater with limited vocabulary.
Oh man, hey you two, which movie you guys want to see?
Is it only Wednesday?
Oh, come on, guys. I know it's only Wednesday, but gosh, we all said we were going to go see a movie, okay?
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure about that. I told you guys 2 weeks ago we're going to go see a movie. Why can't you guys get it together?
Is it only Wednesday?
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure it's only Wednesday. What is your guys' problem? Let's go see Godzilla.
My dog went to the market with me.
Your dog? Did you bring your dog again with us again? Oh man, I tell you, that is bad, bad, bad. That is the worst thing I heard.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure it's the worst thing I ever heard.
Is it only Wednesday?
Yes, it's only Wednesday. It ain't Tuesday. It ain't Thursday. It's only Wednesday.
My dog went to the market with me.
Oh gosh, did he pick out his own dog food?
Is it only Wednesday?
That man really died.
A man really died at the market?
My dog went to the market with me.
Are you sure?
Is it only
Yeah,
Wednesday?
I'm sure that the dog and the man went to the market, but the man's dead now, you guys.
Because that man really died.
My dog went to the market with me.
Oh man, I tell you, we're just trying to see a movie here, okay? Let's forget about the market.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. We just need to pick out a movie.
Is it only Wednesday?
Oh, it's Wednesday, okay? You guys get that through your head?
Is it only Wednesday? My dog went to the market with me.
Do you go to the market on Wednesday? Is that what's going on here? And not to the movies?
It's only
Sure.
Wednesday.
You two are a couple of idiots. You know that?
Are you sure?
Oh, yes, I'm sure about that
Oh,
one.
my dog went to the market with me.
That
I tell
man
you
really
what.
died.
Okay, guys. Let's go get the dog. Let's go to the market, look at the dead guy instead of the movie.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Oh, my dog went to the market with me.
All right. All right. Great job, you guys. Great job. Very, very funny. Okay, we're going to play a game now that involves everybody once again. It's called Man in the Street. I will call the actors up one at a time. And we're going to play Man in the Street. I am going to be at a famous event. And these people are going to show up and I'm going to interview them to get their reaction to this very famous event that we are all witnessing. So we need from you, our beloved audience, Blag and all, a famous event from history that we can deal with. We've had the parting of the Red Sea, for example, the wreck of the Hindenburg, the sinking of the Titanic. I think we had Gettysburg Address, George Washington chopping down a tree, anything at all, just an event that everyone is going to, we are going to be at the signing of the Declaration of Independence. All right. So guys, let's go, if you can remember, in the order that we were on our screen. So first person is going to come up. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are right here at Independence Hall. And there are several people here. They all have pens and they're going to sign the Declaration of Independence. And here, what? Dr. Sigmund Freud. Dr.
Good.
Freud, how
Yes.
good to see you.
Yes, I'm very, very happy to be here. It's an amazing event here. The Americans are finally getting it to independence.
So what do you think about this this signing of this document here? Is that is there any psychological significance to that?
Oh yes, these men all love their mothers, and if they didn't love their mothers, they wouldn't be signing for their mothers on Mother's Day.
Ah, yes, I hadn't realized it's Mother's Day. So, Dr. Freud, you think that it's significant that these men came here today to sign this paper because they love their mothers and it's Mother's Day? Did I hear you right?
That is correct. Yes. It's psychologically pleasing to the human mind when you honor your mother.
That is truly, truly amazing, Dr. Freud. Thank you for stopping by. Listen, I think that they are going to have souvenir copies of this document. If you step right over that table there, you can probably get one.
Oh, danke, danke.
Oh, thank you. And next is Henry VIII. Henry VIII, King of England. How lovely to see you.
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
So I think that this event here today is something quite different than you would have experienced during your reign.
This is quite troubling. Although the colonies did not exist during my time, I would just simply remove their heads.
To chop up the heads of these men who've come here to sign this document, you would behead them or decapitate them. You would.
Of course, they're committing treason against my realm.
You're right. I'd forgotten. Well, Henry, so if you had some advice you could give to these people here to signing this paper tonight, what advice would that be?
Even though King George III is not a direct descendant of mine, he comes from the German side of the family, which we won't go there. I would suggest that they get on their knees and apologize to him.
All right. Well, thank you, Henry. By the way, hang just a minute. Your wife called. Which one?
We'll take care.
Yeah. Anyhow, she wants you to bring home some lamb chops when you come back. Okay.
I'll give her a chop. She'll never forget.
All right. Thank you, Henry. Thank you, Henry. Oh, Superman. My God, what a thrill. I cannot believe that you have flown in for this occasion here in Philadelphia. What brings you here, Superman?
Well, I was flying over and my X-ray vision showed me that there was a group of patriots in rather sweaty, smelly clothes about to sign an important document. And I thought, who should be there but I?
Well, I should think so. Superman, do you suppose that if we ask that someone could maybe let you sign too? Would you like to do that?
I could sign right through the walls with my X-ray eyes if I wanted to.
You could do that.
Oh,
Wow.
I just tattooed that man.
Hey, Superman,
Sorry.
yeah, you've got this X-ray vision, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, you see that woman over there?
Whoa.
In the gallery?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
In underwear, Soup.
Oh, no, there's no underwear involved, sir.
Oh, wow. Wow, Superman, thank you for that. Wow, this is amazing. I think I know who I'm going to interview after this interview is over.
I think I'm going to interview her and pretend that I'm Clark Kent for a while.
Okay, bye-bye, Clark or Super or whoever you are. Hello, sir. How are you? Selling T-shirts at the Declaration of Independence. That is quite the entrepreneurial spirit. How are the sales going, sir?
Not as good as I would like. They, I thought the phrase, my uncle signed the Declaration and all I got was this lousy T-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
This isn't going well.
Yeah, that's not going right. You didn't have some of them. Of course, you didn't know John Hancock hadn't signed the damn thing, right? When you got that.
And having to draw by hand, we just couldn't get the whole picture of everybody signing, like you see, so many other places. It's just hard to do it on T-shirts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm really sorry to hear that. Do you suppose that there's something else maybe that you could get a little bit of a vendor thing going for you?
Well, I was thinking about, getting a bunch of little bells and breaking them.
Yeah.
But who wants a cracked bell?
Yeah, nobody. No, wouldn't work. Well, listen, you know what? I hope you either get liberty or death as it goes on forward. All right. Thank you very much. And listen, I sent the guy over to you. I hope he comes over. Freud. Did he show up?
Yeah. But he's saying everything is about my mama, and I just don't know about that.
So weird. He is a weird guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Is there a buffet or a snack bar around here somewhere?
I'm sorry, Sigmund. No, there isn't. Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen, right here from the signing of the Declaration of Independence. It was a day like all days, except you were There, or did I miss somebody? Apparently not. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Larry.
Thank you. And now it's time for our next. Wait, somebody got us music. Okay, so our next game is a game that we really, really love to play. It's kind of become our signature game, and it's called PowerPoint Karaoke. Now, our lovely tech manager, stage manager, all around factum femtorum, who never makes mistakes on what the alphabet is, has prepared a slide deck. Our lovely and talented Mr. Mike Mathewson is now going to give a lecture based on slides that he has not seen. So what I need from you, our lovely audience, is what is the subject that Mike is going to be providing a lecture on? I love this pause. While we're waiting, I'd like to say a little poem that space trash. All right, Mike, you are going to be giving a lecture on space trash. I'm going to get out of here. Tanya's going to bring up our slides, and we are going to find out about space trash in just any minute, I'm quite certain. Or maybe not. We learned to do it.
Hey, Scott, if I share my screen, am I going to mess up the sound?
Just show it and we'll worry about that later.
Okay.
So this is our first time in this setting, and we are so delighted to be here. And here we go. It's time for our lecture on space junk.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for coming on this lecture of space junk. As you know, space junk is a serious problem, especially with the upcoming concept of space tourism. May I have the next slide, please, which will get into this more in depth. As you can see by this side, space travel started back in the late 1950s, and everybody was raptured about this idea of man going to space. The Russians, of course, had the first man into orbit, and it took a couple of years before the United States actually had a man in orbit. We put 2 men in suborbital before then, but everybody was glued to that, and it was perfectly safe going into space at that time. But as we know, every time we send something up, debris comes about. They would leave their lunches out. They would throw out their water bottles, their Coke cans. And after a while, space became very complicated. This next slide will demonstrate that. You see, this is an example of an astronaut's lunch that has been floating in space now for almost 50 years. It wasn't NASA's fault that the astronaut did not like particularly hot dogs. He wanted an all kosher meal for some reason, but that's beside the point. It's the fact that these hot dogs have now been traveling around the Earth, going at 17,000 miles an hour, and they are frozen solid, and they will go right through a standard spaceship. Now, as a tourist, that could ruin your day. You would be up there in your nice, lovely room, orbiting the Earth in the giant wheel, seeing the Earth go by, then seeing the moon go by, then coming back and see the Earth, and all of a sudden, a hot dog, a 50-year-old frozen hot dog, would pierce the side of your capsule and suck out all the air, and of course, that would be the end of you. And no refunds, please. In our next slide, we will talk about how cold it is in space. Even polar bears would find it cold in space. It is so cold that they would need fur coats. As I can show in our next slide, the way we will get to space. We will get to space quickly by growing giant plants. And these giant plants would reach up to the heavens, and people would then just climb up these giant plants, avoiding the clouds where the giants are, because that can be dangerous. And then you'll go to the space station where you'll be welcomed aboard with a nice bouquet of flowers. In our next slide, we will demonstrate the kind of people we will meet on board. Now, it's very expensive to bring things into space, so a lot of our facilities will be inflated. Here's some examples of our inflated zoo that we keep at 1G. They'll be on the outer rim of the space station. Now, we must avoid, once again, putting these into space because space junk is bad. I know I've debated a little bit because I've been talking about how nice space tourism would be, but we must minimize the junk that's in space. Even a fleck of paint going at 17,000 miles an hour would instantly deplete one of our beautiful animals in our zoo. If I have my next slide, please. Now, here's a collection of all the space junk that we've collected over the time. As you can see, the various rovers that we've sent up to space have shed their tires. And now we have millions and millions of tires floating around the Earth. And it's almost impossible now to go through this little tunnel, which is the corridor for space. This tunnel represents the corridor going through space. And all these facilities here, all these things here represent all the junk. And they're flying around. And you can see how narrow this little corridor is if we want to get you to our space station or our space hotel. But I don't want you to worry about getting there because we will do our best to clean up all this junk. Now, I'd like to close here saying that junk is bad, either on Earth or in space, and we must do our best to clean it up. But space is still a wonderful place to go. And as a space tourist, you will have a delightful trip. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's our show for tonight. I want to introduce our company to us. We have Mr. Mike Mathewson right here in front of us. Thank you, Mr. Mike Mathewson. And we also have, who's coming next? We have Ralph Crummins. And we have John Livingston, who's a member of our company, and also Jim Mathewson, Mike's brother, and Larry Lang dropped in for a few minutes. So happy to have you here. We are also very happy to have our technical director and stage manager, Miss Tanya Dorf-Bruner, who's here tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I am Marvin Stottlemyre on behalf of the entire Topeka Civic Theater community. Thank you for watching tonight. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'd love to come back again. Thank you. Thank you, Mickey, for having me.
Thank you, everybody, for being here, and definitely Topeka Civic Theater, the senior class. We definitely want you back, all of you all. Thanks so much.
Thank
Happy
you,
Father's Day. Hang on, we got another class. We got another show that will be starting in about 10 minutes. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.